Now, I'm just back from Turkana, one of Kenya's harshest and driest regions where water scarcity has shaped life for generations. But deep in this arid land, a quiet transformation is underway. With support from humanitarian organizations like Oxfam, Tupado, and the Australian government, communities that once relied solely on pastoralism are now turning to agriculture. In villages once defined by drought and desperation, families are rebuilding their lives thanks to clean water and the promise of a new beginning. Turkana County is one of Kenya's driest regions where water scarcity has shaped daily life for decades. Yet, in a bitter irony, the region borders Lake Turkana, the largest permanent desert lake in the world. But for many locals, the lake offers little relief. Its water is saline and undrinkable. This is Kaloyara village in the Narengewoi area of Turkana County. Here, like many other villages across Turkana, water was hard to come by.
We used to get water very far away. Sometimes we would spend 2 days walking to the lake. When we reached, we would first give water to the livestock. People at home would stay thirsty until we returned.
Worsening the situation is the spread of the invasive Madenge weed, Prosopis juliflora. It was introduced to fight desertification, but now dominates the landscape. Its deep roots drawing scarce underground water, leaving less for communities.
It was devastating before we had water. Our livestock were dying before. When we would go away for 3 days, we would find a child died out of starvation.
The young children were very sick. Eye diseases were common, caused by poor hygiene and a lack of clean water. Sometimes we'll go 2 days without food.
To address this, Oxfam, in partnership with the Turkana Pastoralist Development Organization, Tupado, and the Australian Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, DFAT, is working to improve access to safe water across the region. Through projects aimed at increasing groundwater availability, rehabilitating water points, and installing solar-powered pumping systems and pipelines, communities are starting to see change. Once defined by nomadic pastoralism and recurring droughts, sections of Turkana are beginning to look green.
Now I have 2 livelihoods, pastoralism and agro-pastoralism.
Life has changed. We now bathe, wash clothes, and grow food like maize, sorghum, amaranth, spinach, cowpeas, squash, and watermelon. We didn't even know what ugali was before. We stopped slaughtering goats because of hunger.
Oxfam, together with its partners, is also promoting gender equality and community protection through the establishment of village savings and loan associations to help build financial resilience.
We run our businesses, and you can take a loan to buy livestock or pay school fees for your children. Before these savings groups, if your child was starving, you would think of slaughtering a goat, but the man wouldn't allow it because it's his wealth. Now, women have a voice.
As a result, the community is now embracing diverse value chains, expanding beyond traditional pastoralism to include agriculture and other livelihood opportunities.
These are communities that have never experienced piped water, really. They have never experienced anything close to a clean drinking water, piped to close to where they live. And during drought period, it was even exacerbated. It was even made worse that they had to walk longer distances to access water, especially women. And you know the challenges that come with that. You've got the gender-based violence that is also associated with it. But in terms of economics, more specifically, we decided to create a livelihood, alternative livelihood source, which is more related to farming or agribusiness. So through training and providing capacity to local communities, they were able to embrace a new system because we got clean water now coming. Yes, they can now drink clean water, use it for cooking. But also, there is another benefit to it. What can they do extra? And that is how we came up with the idea of, agribusiness. Coming up with kitchen gardens, they are able to supplement the nutritional element of this project. Besides the milk and the meat that they are used to.
Local communities are now leading the drive to overcome water scarcity and shift towards sustainable livelihoods.
The Turkana community had a 4-season failed rain season that affected most of the livelihood of our pastoralist community. And this is one of the emergency programs that we started with the cash transfer aspect. And after we received a bit of rainfall, we had decided that for us to maintain a bit of resilient programming, we decided to have a phase 2 that addresses the recovery aspect of this community because their livelihood was affected. And for that case, this community were put in aggregated subgroups that they're able to engage in some of the agriculture production because the program provided an aspect of water infrastructure that supported an array of interventions that runs from the small kitchen gardens, a bit of the FSLA, where mother-to-mother support groups were able to be put in groups and given a bit of seed capital that helped them to address some of the challenges and shocks that they received.
For families who once walked for hours in search of water, the availability of water represents more than just relief. It offers them a chance to rebuild their lives. The presence of reliable water sources in communities such as these across Turkana has reshaped livelihoods, strengthened communities, and opened the door to economic and social transformation. Lillian Muli, Citizen TV in Turkana County.